This is Rap the News, and most people are being controlled and manipulated and mind controlled by devils. And so today we're going to understand about authority and power. And so if I were you, I will pay close attention to what I have to say. Don't turn the page, do not turn the channel. Actually, tune in. With that said, I noticed that most people, when they read the scriptures, all they could see is commandments, like God was some mean God. And long and short stories, and their mind say to them, this happened a long time ago, and it's outdated, it's ancient. It's not. And then when I started reading the Bible, the first thing I noticed was I was a lot like the prophets. And I noticed that I thought exactly like them, and that I found some new friends from the past. And I totally identified with them right away. I also began to notice that some of the things I thought was bad because people didn't like it, when you say and do those things, God was okay with it. And God said to do those things. I noticed that I was like, wow, this is how God wants us to be, like I am already. These are the things I already love to do. And this is who I already was. So when I read the scriptures, the Bible, the Torah, I identified with it right away. In short, I connected to the message of God instantly, and I understood it because somehow I was already living it. And secondly, I connected to the prophets, and I noticed I was just like them. With that said, let's get into our lesson for today. The authority of Christ, the power. We're going to get into that and how it works. Because I noticed the same thing that they said and did to Christ, they are saying it to me right now. And I ain't talking about the crucifixion. That didn't happen. Let's talk about the insults of Christ. Matthew 7:6. Give not that which is holy unto the dogs. And he's talking about Gentiles. Don't give them the Bible or the Torah, because that book was not given to them. He knew once they get it, they was going to change it like they did. And now they got you worshiping multiple gods and being polytheists, going against God to worship Christ. That's why he said, don't give that which is holy unto the dogs. Neither cast your pearls before the swine. He's calling them dogs and pigs. Who is he calling that? Gentiles. Lest they trample them under feet. Now what happened when Christ died? Jerusalem was trampled under feet by the what? The swines and the dogs, the Gentiles. And turned again to render you, to come get you. So they tore down Jerusalem and they enslaved the children of Israel. The Gentiles did that. So even right now, we're still in the land of our captivity enslaved. So here he's calling the Gentile dogs and pigs. But why? Because the actions of a Gentile is like a dog. What does the dog want to do? The dog just want to run around and feel free. Don't bother him. He want to growl if you make him mad. He want to go and hump some bitches in heat and play. And why a pig? Because they are simply unclean and forbidden, like God said the Gentile was, to be around. Don't go nowhere near the Gentile. Enter into no towns of the Samaritans. So I'm going to give you two verses. 1 Thessalonians 4:5. Not in the lustful passion, run around like a damn dog and fuck and do whatever the hell you want to do, be gay, like the Gentiles who don't know God. We know that we can't act like that. But the Gentiles, it's okay. That's love to them. Leviticus 10:10. And that you may put a difference between the holy and the holy, the circumcised and the uncircumcised, and between the unclean and the clean. God said make a difference. So Jesus is just bluntly saying it, y'all swines and dogs. More insults. Because people want to put Jesus in the box. Oh, he was the nicest, swellest guy ever. Mark 7:27. But Jesus said unto her, let the children first be filled, for it is not meant to take the children's bread and throw it to the dogs. Jesus talked with all authority. He commanded when he talked. He demanded when he talked. And his voice was loud and authoritative. So he would seem to be mean. But he wasn't, just like me. He was just authoritative to devils. And these people are devils, and I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you how and why. So he's calling the woman what? A dog, a bitch. John 8:44, and he's like, no, he's not. They can't accept the truth because they devils. You are your father the devil. So I'm saying that to you people who disagree already. And I'm reading it direct. And the lust of your father is what you do. You ain't going to never learn nothing. Because you're so busy opposing, you can't hear. You know, try not to oppose today. And I swear to God on my life, if you try not to oppose and you try to get an understanding, you will learn something today that you didn't know before. You know, for those people who fight me the entire way, you know, turn the video off and then write something shitty in the comments, you are of your father the devil. You ain't going to never learn anything. You blind, deaf, and dumb. On whose authority people trying to place Jesus in the box just like they try to do me? Why do they need you to be in that box? So they can control and manipulate you. Everybody is in the box. This is who you are. You are a doctor. You're in the doctor's box. You stay there. We categorized you and classified you. That's who you are. You're a police officer. We categorized you and we classified you. That's who you are. You a dumb nigga. You a bum. You in the streets. You a drug head. We classified you. You stay that drug head. You broke. We classified you as broke. You have no money. You stay there. And that's how people. You're a preacher. You don't never swear. You don't never do anything. You don't mean anybody any harm. You just sit there and get abused by us devils. That is your box. You stay there. That's how people want you. Fuck you. I'm out of the box. And so you got my swearing video yesterday. And watch this. You were shocked the whole time I was talking. I do know that. I know how devils react. You were shocked the whole time, but you couldn't say a goddamn thing about it. You know why? Because I'm in authority. What's inside of me is in authority. The Spirit of God is in authority. And you not. And you can't say shit about what I say. That's what I know about your pastors, your preachers, and your camps. They can't say shit about what I say. They can't come behind me, and they can and say some sneaky ass shit. But if I catch them, I'm going to blow their ass out the water. Because they have no power and no authority. Mark 1:22. And they were astonished at his doctrine, like they astonished at mine. For he taught them as one who had authority, and not as the scribes, not like your, like I say, pussy pastors. He didn't teach like that. He said dog, he said swine, he said whatever he's going to say, right to their damn face. And he had no fear of them. Most people fear people, what they going to say and what they going to think. You're going to look at me. You're going to say I'm fat. You're going to say I'm skinny. You're going to say I'm this and I'm that. You're going to say I'm too black. I'm scared of what you think. Fuck you. I'm not scared of what you think. It's the difference. And when people hear that, they're amazed by it. That you're not afraid of what people think. Matthew 21:23. And when he was coming to the temple, the chief priests and the elders of the people came unto him while he was teaching. So they came and interrupted the service. Why? Because these are devils. Just like the same people who come and want to interrupt me. They have shut down 4 of my channels, and I just keep going. Why? I started 5 more. Because they devils. They want to stop what you're saying because you're out of the matrix. You're out of the box. You're not thinking like they want you to think. You're not being controlled by their demons. They mind control. The people who are talking about mind control is being mind controlled. They have no idea. And they said, what authority did thou do these things? Because everybody is under the authority on earth of Satan. So the wicked is ruling and dominating this earth. And so all of the people are subject to the wicked. And so all of the people are doing precisely what the wicked want them to do. How did you escape the box? That is what they're asking Jesus. I know. Because I escaped the box. And who gave you this authority? Because all the authority here on this earth is of the prince of power, and not Satan. Who gave you authority to defy Satan? And how are these men coming in? as chief priests. Just like the camps, just like Dow, just like Reverend Yuck and his wife, Deborah Yuck. They're all fucking demons with smiles and smooth words. We don't even teach like that. We teach how? With authority. Mark 10:42, Jesus again called them to him and said unto them, you know that they which are accounted to rule over the Gentiles exercise lordship over them. All of them people that I keep talking about, the camps, Dow, the Watchman reports, I exercise authority over them. They was like, no, you don't. We're in control. You're the demon, blah, blah, blah. The demon always calling you the demon. Just like they do in Halo. They see the man, they say, demon. The demon always calling you a demon. They always saying, reversing what they are. They saying, you're the evil one. You're the one who's causing trouble. You're the one that's different from the people. Why don't you act like everybody else? Why don't you go to school with everybody else? Why don't you go to work with everybody else? Why do you have to set yourself apart from them? Because they need you all together, corrupting each other and being corrupted. Deceiving and being deceived. As long as y'all in the majority rules. So what is it that we know that the common man does not know? What did the prophets know? What did Jesus know that the common man did not know? Is that the average person, 95 out of 100, has a jinn, or what you call an unclean spirit or a devil, dominating their life from the inside of the human being. And the human being has no clue that they are being mind controlled by devils. Really listen to what I'm saying. You, even as I talk, if you sin, you're sinning because a devil is mind controlling you to do those wicked things. You have demons in you. And that these devils have to live by a certain code or rule set that they cannot supersede. And I know that's spelled wrong. You ask what it is. What is this code that they have to live by? You know, that they cannot supersede. Even if a devil grab you and try to do some shit, he can only do so much because he don't have the authority to do anything more. And I'm going to teach you something. They can't touch those who don't sin. So when Jesus cleared the whore that they was going to stone, what did he tell her? He said, woman, go and sin no more. What did he tell that man when he got the demons out of him? Sin no more. Why? Because the demons cannot supersede the power of you turning to God and stop sinning. Watch. Resist the devil, the sin, and the devil shall what? Flee. They can't exercise any authority over us when we flee sin. Sin no more. So when the police comes up to me, and they came up to me on multiple occasions, I bypass the human, just like the devil inside of them is doing. And I speak directly to the devil. Let's show you two examples of this. So I know I'm not talking to a cop, I'm talking to a devil. I'm not talking to a judge, I'm talking to a devil. I'm not talking to YouTubers, I'm talking to demons. And so I talk to demons like demons. I'm exercising authority over you when I talk. Deuteronomy 28:43. The stranger, which is the demon that is within thee, inside of you. People try to translate this verse and couldn't. They think they're talking about the Gentiles on the outside. No, it's talking about the jinn on the inside. The demon that is within you shall get up above you, and the cerebral cortex, the frontal lobe of the brain, the thinking, the pleasure principles of the brain, the lion part of the brain. This is where the demon gets to control. He controls the frontal lobe of your brain. The demon that is within you shall get up very high, control the frontal lobe of your brain. And thou shalt come down very low. Only deal with your appetites, your lusts, your desires, your low desires. He shall lend to you. That means he tells you exactly what to do. You are being mind controlled. People say, this person changed. No, that person got demons running the frontal lobe of their brain. They're being mind controlled. They're not cool. All of a sudden they're cool. All of a sudden they're sexy. All of a sudden they're this and that. I ain't noticed a change. When you notice a change on a person, if it ain't holy, it's profane. Again, when you notice a change in your children, your husband, your wife, your relatives, if it's not holy, it's what? Unclean and profane. It's either one or the other. If they're all of a sudden acting cool and they nonchalant and everybody is liking them now when they didn't like them before, they lost their soul. And thou shalt not lend to him. You ain't going to tell that devil no. You're just going to do exactly all those wicked things that he lend to you and tell you to do. He shall be the head, the frontal lobe of your brain, and you shall be the tail, an asshole. Learn, man. Mark 5:8. For he says unto him, who is he talking to? Legion, come out of that man. Again, he says unto him, who is him? The man? No, he bypassed that motherfucker, just like I'm doing you. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to them demons inside of you and say, you have no power, no control. They hate that. And then they put all kind of bad comments in the section. One of the brothers, I forget his name right now, he was asking this bitch something on the page. And he said, why are you fighting against this? Why are you fighting against Rapture News? And, this ain't how Christians act. She said, I'm not a Christian. I'm an atheist. And I know what the Bible says, and he is not acting according to the Bible. He not in the box. Something is wrong with this guy. She's an atheist, someone who don't even believe in God. I told you demons are running people. He answered, watch, Jesus said, unto him, and he's talking to the demon direct. And this man is full of demons, but he's talking to the chief demon that's inside this man. Because every demon is a tribe. Every demons are in a tribe, and they got the head demons running. Come out of the man, you unclean spirit. And he asked him, what is your name? And he said, my name is Legion. We are many. I got my whole tribe in this man. And he besought him much that he would not send them away out of the country. Why? Because Christ has authority. When God gave man dominion over the beasts of the field, he gave you dominion over these unclean spirits as well. You have no dominion if you sin. You are fooling yourself that you casting out demons as long as you sinning. No, them demons is controlling you, and they playing a little mind game with you, pretending like you cast out and healed. Watch. Now there was there nigh unto the mountains a great herd of swine. The unclean thing, which is the devil, runs into the unclean thing. They cannot run into anything pure. Again, I'm teaching you something. Demons cannot run into the pure. They can't run into the righteous. They can only run into people who defile themselves. You acting homosexual, like a homosexual, they running into your ass, just like prison. And you acting like a murderer, they running into you to make you want to murder some more. You a liar, they're going to run into you. You a deceiver, you a cheater, you a betrayer, you a adulterer or a fornicator. They all over you. You like to party and drink. You like to do drugs. They own you. You a child molester, you a rapist, they own your ass. They only deal with sinners. Again, the courts, the police, they're all devils. They only deal with sinners. So if you really read the rule book of the courts of laws and everything else and read all their laws and statutes, basically you are animals and you are sinners. Really read it, and then you're going to find out something about yourself. So there was a nigh unto the mountain a great herd of pigs feeding, and all the devils besought him, saying, send us into the swine, Did he yet talk to the man? No. So I talk to the stranger that is above, that's controlling you. The one jinn, even though you got many jinns in your body, the one jinn that's controlling you. The many jinns is the many desires that you have. Every desire is a different jinn. That we may enter into them. And forthwith Jesus gave them leave, and the unclean spirits went out and entered into the swine. And the herd ran violently down a steep place into the sea. There were about 2,000 inside that one man. And he was somewhere naked in a damn tomb, by the tombs and shit, eating dead people and doing all kind of abominable things. When they came out, he was normal. All these people with diseases and plagues and everything else, when Jesus cast the damn demons out and shit, because they have to go, they have to be obedient to the righteous man. They don't think we know that, but I know that, and I cast them out all the time. That's why I said, when you come to my house, I have something waiting for you. All the people who try to do some black magic, they try to do magic over your name, over your sight, over this and that, and that ain't going to work. What I do is I send those demons back to you to fuck you over. And they have to do what I command them to do. They are not doing what you command them to do. They can't supersede me. So even if you command them, they're going to come back to you and they're going to go against you. Watch. And were choked in the sea. They all drowned. So Jesus' conversation, as you see, was with the head jinn or the devil in charge. And that the devils have no authority to command the man of God, but must follow the orders the man of God, Jesus, gave them. All they want to do is get away from you. Again, all they want to do is get away from you. Just like when you start turning to God more and more, your family members start disappearing, don't they? They stop associating with you. They don't want to have nothing to do with you anymore because you turn to God. Anybody notice that? Because they hate the Spirit of God that is on you or coming on to you. So the devil stay at a distance and wait. They'll come back as soon as you sin. As soon as you sin, they're coming back. Watch, now they're your best buddies again, and you're going to party and drink. What are they waiting on? They tempt you and wait for you to fail. Then they come and possess your body. Somebody turn the air on. Genesis 4:7. If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? Who are they talking to? Cain, before he did what? Murder. Because who was waiting at the door? The devil. The jinns is waiting at the damn door for him. But if you do not do what is right, sin is crouching at your door. The devils are just laying around waiting for you to be tempted by sin. I want to murder. Now that the murderous jinn is waiting. And when you want and have a desire to have sex or murder or do anything else, they're going to leap inside of you. You ain't going to ever know when they got in there either. It desires to have you, but you must rule over it. So this is what Abel and God is telling Satan, Cain. Sin is crouching at your door. Satan waiting for you, nigga, as soon as you go out that door. As soon as he went out the door, the jinn took him over, and he rose up and killed Abel. Proverbs 23:28. And a lot of people, as soon as when you do the murder, the jinn jump right out of you, and then you're full of regrets, crying like, why did I kill that? Proverbs 23:28. She also lieth in wait as for a prey. So she's the devil. It says her feet extend all the way to the pit, to hell. Because she is the devil. That's her pathway. And increases their transgressors among men. The more men she can get to lust her body. Anybody who working out in the gym and doing all this shit to make themselves sexy, all this $500 eyelashes and hair and all that kind of stuff like that, they the devil. The devil needs to tempt people. Righteous people don't need to tempt people. They cover all of that crap up because they don't want you to be following lust. Everybody needs you to be following God. So devils are not allowed to bother the pure and the righteous. And I didn't say self-righteous. I said righteous. Not the people say, I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. I believe in Christ. and then they go out and do everything under the sun. Ain't talking about you. But they do and say things to try to irritate and annoy you. They try to do that in the comments, don't they? They say annoying, irritating things. Because they can't touch your truth through the people they control, which is the entire world. So the whole world is losers, people. And the people, like God said, are but fuel for the fire. So the demons through people hate what I say in the comments, and I tell you over and over again, they're not even talking to me. They're talking to the weak people who don't really want to believe and need an excuse to go back into the world and sin. All these demons are subscribed to me, you guys. Demons are subscribed to me. Like, he got a lot of followers. Anybody with millions and millions of subscribers, demons are following them. And they all wait for you to slip up because they watch you through many eyes. So the devil will send 10,000 subscribers to me like he did. 11,000 subscribers. On the last site, 20,000 subscribers. And they trying to all force you to do certain things. Rap the news, why don't you do this? Rap the news, I want to talk to you about this. Rap the news, I don't talk to you. I don't know who you are. You're an agent of the devil. That's what I believe. Until you can prove otherwise. Until I can pick up on your spirit. And that's why I said test and discern the spirit to see if it's from God. Before I call or communicate with anybody, which I'm not, because I don't know who you are, I would have to see you in action to know who you are. I would have to know how you live to know how you are. I have to see you living and see your friends and everything else to know who you are. Up until then, I'm not contacting you because you ain't nothing to me but a damn agent, a devil that was sent to try to lure me away through some gay shit or some damn sexual shit or some crime. No thank you, I pass. The leaders of the people are the head demons, the law enforcement, meaning enforcing Satan's rule, because they most certainly is not enforcing the Torah on anybody, are they? If you comply to their false law enforcement, so you see these people on these videos, they don't comply with the cops because they know something, but they just don't know it all the way. They know that the cops and the system is evil, but they don't understand that the cops still are going to exercise authority on them because they do sin. If they would stop sinning, they would have their way with those cops. If you comply to their false law enforcement, they will crucify you, fine you, and imprison you. If you say they are authority and they have the right to come to my house, they didn't came to my house, they didn't drove past, I put it on video. So one of them videos got the cops coming to my house, driving past, trying to harass me and everything else. I'm way out in the middle of nowhere, not bothering nobody. But they know exactly who you are. See, like all those demons knew Jesus? They know Rap the News as well. They know exactly who I am by what I sound like online. And they know who to come and attack. They all watching me and monitoring me. And they all monitor me from the FBI, the CIA, to the president. They monitor you to see if you're going to slip, because they need you to slip. Because the more people that you touch and bring the light to and another light turn on, the more their system keep falling down. They will crucify you and fine you and imprison you if you say that they are the law and enforcement, and if you comply to the cops. Tell the cops to go fuck off. They not in charge. So the cops, watch my wife, my kids, the cops came to our house trying to say, you did this, you did that, you're doing this, you're doing that. You know what I told them? Fuck off. You have no authority here. You have no fucking authority. The cop told me, he said, you're breaking the law, blah, 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 and I'll bust your fence down and I'll arrest your ass. And I said, the moment you do that, you son of a bitch, I'll subpoena your ass to court so motherfucking fast your fucking head will spin, boy. You ain't going to enforce your fake-ass law on me. You know, and if you try to enforce your fake-ass law, I'll use your fake-ass law against you. He shut up. They took off. It ain't that they mad at me. They don't want to get me. They want to get me. They have to wait till you sin. They went over there and arrested all those people, them black people in New Mexico, saying they starving and abused and killed, and they had buried some kid that had just died on the land. And so they were criminals, you know, and they took all the children out and all that kind of shit, because those people would not stand up, and then you had a weak one, and we had weak ones. I didn't got rid of 3 weak ones, that want to run to the man every time something happens. They want to go tell the law. Those are the devils among us. Fuck them. Get them away from you. Let them run to the law. Let them deal with the damn Gentiles until them Gentiles destroy their wicked asses when the time comes. Tell the cops to fuck off. They not in charge, and that they are not wanted. And I say a special prayer in my head to God, and 9 times out of 10 they will leave. In my case, 10 times out of 10. But you always got a super arrogant demon that will test the limits of God's power and challenge you by trying to assault you. Continue to pray to God, even though they trying to handcuff you and shove you down in the car. And if they try and force you to comply, say to God and to them under duress, loudly and sternly, I'm not complying to you. This is under duress by force, because the head demon in charge when you get down to the station or get down to the courthouse is going to free you, because they know they cannot hold you. Because why? You did not sin. You did not go against God. If you fear them, then they made you fear them and made you think they were in control, then you sinned, and then they're going to exercise authority over you. Even if they trump up false charges, and say, you're going to go to jail for 6 years if you don't take this plea bargain. Don't take the plea bargain. It will all be dropped by other demons who know they can't touch God's chosen or the righteous. They have to let you go. They was just seeing if you will fear or cave in. And some of y'all know that I'm right in these cases, but I'm right, period. So in closing, I wanted to remind you to not sin, because you give all those demons permission to come into your body and in your life to destroy it, to exercise authority over you, to curse you. Deuteronomy 28:15. Curses are demons. You're going to find out. This is why I'm so shrewd to the masses. It's like, Raptor News Talk, real shitty. That's why I barely listen to him. I just come to him from time to time to see what's up with Nibiru. Fuck you. Stay away, bitch. Stay away. All the people that subscribe to me, somebody said, people are unsubscribing left and right. The Gentiles don't like what you're saying. They never liked what I was saying from the beginning. And they ain't going nowhere. They are hired by the damn devil. 10,000 of them to follow me. 10,000 of them to follow one black man. That's why it takes 10 cops to come and arrest one black man. Because I'm only talking to the demons. If somebody is out there with a spirit of God on them, they will hear me, and I will reach them today with this truth. It's just entertainment for the rest of the devils. They're going to go and listen to some asshole right after me and go watch some porn, go play with their ass somewhere. Ephesians 6:12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood. It ain't about people. People are being used and duped and deceived. But against principalities as devils and powers, against rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Humans are just being used as tools. This is Raptor News.